So while you're on social media, though, you can do some sort of contest too if you want to do. You can like run a giveaway, and you can have people follow you on that post for the giveaway for Black Friday. So you can say, we're going to give away do like a raffle, which is another way to collect emails and stuff like that. But you can say we got a Black Friday raffle. We're going to give away maybe 5 different boards. You're going to get people in, but what's good about doing that is that you are going to be lead generating from that. And that's really, really cool. But they're also going to get people familiar with your products. And then hopefully they get over to your site and you do have a Black Friday special on there that they can purchase any of the above that we just talked about. Welcome to the Charcuterie and Cottage Biz podcast. Ready to turn your boards, bakes, and bites into real profits? Then you're in the right place. We're your hosts and real-life sisters, Chef Andrea and digital marketer Patty. We're excited to dish out fast, actionable tips and advice to help you price smarter, market bigger, and grow your food business online. From passion to profits, your recipe for success begins right here. Now let's start the show. Hey, we're back. It's the grazing, biz, cottage industry, whatever it is. If you're cooking food from home, we're here for you. Call us whatever you want.
That's what we do. That's
That's
we
what we
help with.
do. Yeah. Well, you're getting ready to do some traveling and then come back and do a bunch of markets. I
Hmm.
was looking at that Briar Patch market you're doing. It's Paradise Valley High School here, I think. Isn't that where it was at?
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Why don't you
is
tell everybody
Paradise
what
Valley High
that's
School.
about?
That is maybe I think it's actually just called Briar Patch Markets or something. But anyways, they do multiple. It's an event organizer that does nothing but craft markets in the Phoenix area and Phoenix Scottsdale area. And I did one with them ages ago when I first started doing the craft markets and I didn't know what I was doing. And so I decided to go back to some of these bigger markets that I hadn't done because I just been doing little markets and farmers markets and things like that for the last couple of years. And now I just decided to go back and kind of step it up and do the bigger ones. But Briar Patch is one of the bigger, well-known ones for the Christmas markets, and they get a lot of array of stuff, crochet and wreaths and all the other things that other people have. And some
Boo.
of the things that I sell are really original and unique. So I never get turned down when I get vetted if it's a jury. So they usually
Doesn't
are
Briar
begging
Patch take
me.
a portion of your sales? They don't?
They
I
used to.
think they
They
used
used
to.
to.
Oh.
And the first one that I did for them a few years ago, they had that was the very first show that they took that percentage off. And what they did was they increased the rental price. I
Hmm.
didn't, to me, I didn't know the difference because it was what it was. Because they charge to get in? I can't remember. Did
I
you pay
don't
to get
know.
in?
I don't think they do.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
I couldn't remember. But anyways, so I think what they did was increase the prices on the individual booths and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
to kind of make up for it because I've never done, well, I take that back. I think I did one farmers market, the Prescott one. They do take a percentage and it's all on the honor system. And at some point I was so busy, I lost track of what I sold. So I was kind of taking a stab in the dark because you gotta, sort of it's the honor system. I mean, there's no way to really like keep track of that. And you just gotta keep hashing it. And I think at some point I looked down, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't put any of these down, how many I've ever
Uh-oh.
sold in the last 20
They
minutes.
didn't throw you
I took a
market
guess because I
jail.
felt bad. I felt bad because that particular market, I don't qualify for it as a weekly vendor because my products are not made with local farmers stuff. Our
Mm-hmm.
farmers market requires, for sustainability reasons, buying all of your product stuff that you make your stuff with at local actual farmers. You can't just go to Safeway and buy your stuff, and you have to
Oh.
be able to prove it. So
Oh.
it's kind of a pain in the neck. I mean, I get why they do it, but it is a pain in the neck. So with that said, they have guest artists, and I was a guest artist at that one, and that's where I lost track.
Yeah.
But that's the only time I've ever had to do that. But Briar Patch is a good one. I mean, you know, business, from what I understand, for most people is just down in general because people are scared to death to spend money.
Spending
And
money right
so,
now. Yeah.
yeah, so we'll see, I mean, we'll see. I'm going to throw it out there. It was
Well,
accepted by Fountain Hills yesterday,
oh,
so
yay. Good.
I'll be there.
That's a
And
big one. That's another big one.
that's a big one. Yeah, I expect to do really well because, again, the last time I did Fountain Hills, I didn't know what I was doing. So now I've got it a little more under control. And I know this is what happened, folks. Like you don't know. That's why I always say go out there and just do it because you won't know until you start producing and you start booking the gigs and you start signing up for things. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's taken me a couple of years to figure it out, but now it's like, dude, I know I'm going to do really well at both those markets, even if the business is lower. I just know the products that I have sell.
Right.
So I've whittled it down, but you don't know until you start trying and throwing things out there.
Right.
So I know everybody out there is stressed about it. They don't know what they should sell and they don't know how much they should charge. And
How
you
much to
just got
make
to go
and
out there. You guys just
yeah.
got to go out there and do it. I can't tell you, Patty can't tell you, but we're here to help. And we're going to
Yeah.
give you the best direction we can, but we cannot tell you how to run your business at the end of the day, but we can give you the best way to move forward.
Right. Well, on that note, I mean, well, I'm
Mhm.
actually doing an event this weekend, which anybody's been following our podcast might have heard about, is that I'm setting up at it's a fundraiser event with the charcuterie cart this weekend. And originally we're going to be 100 people that I was going to be needed to be. I got paid in advance, by the way, which if you want my
Mhm.
2 cents is the best way to go.
That's right.
Because you
You
don't
always
have to
get
think
paid in
about how
advance.
much you need to
Mhm.
make. You know how much you're going to need to make, at least be prepared for on the cart. And for those of you who don't know, we have a calculator for charcuterie, but I'm in the process of rolling out a charcuterie cart calculator, which will be available hopefully, I'm hoping in the next week or so. Using it and testing it this weekend, and we'll see, making sure it works correctly. But it'll be pretty dynamic and be very helpful. It's a little different than using the standard calculator we have because it can be focused on pieces per person. It's also focused on if you want to choose to say, I already know how many pieces are in this standard package of bologna, bologna or charcuterie cart. Uh,
Ew. Well,
standard, I
actually,
know.
mortadella would be good.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. But if you already know, like the package has a certain number of pieces in it, it'll be based on pieces and package size. So you're gonna have options to choose how you want to, figure it out. Anyway, it's pretty
Hmm.
cool. But that's really not why we're not necessarily here talking about that today. We're bringing this up because we're starting to ramp up for the holiday. And
Hmm.
I've been thinking about Black Friday, partly because I'm going to get ready to sell some charcuterie related t-shirts, and I want to get these on a Black Friday sale. So Black Friday, as most of us know, and if you're not in the U.S., it is the day after Thanksgiving. I don't know if this happens all over the world or not, but in the U.S., Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving, and in fact, it's gotten to the point where it's basically Thanksgiving because people go crazy shopping on Thanksgiving night.
It's part, yeah, it's
Like, who goes
sad, but
out on
it's
Thanksgiving and
part of
goes,
the American culture that they go shopping and spend whatever money they have left after
yeah,
Thanksgiving on Friday. But the deals are better on that Friday or that entire weekend.
yeah,
Friday is chaotic for those that don't know. Canadians probably know, but those Europeans that we may have out there, because we do have some, they probably don't know how nutty we get on Friday.
yeah.
And it starts like literally at midnight on Thanksgiving or even earlier, like
Earlier.
10 o'clock. And it's crazy. Walmart, like, and Target, it's nuts.
Go
Anyways,
online
so
and watch some videos. Just go
go
online
to
about Black
TikTok
Friday
and
in the
watch our
United States at Walmart.
stupid American videos on TikTok with the crazy people but hauling away, $400 80-inch TVs or whatever it is they're doing. It's crazy.
Don't we want to
But
knock? Wouldn't that be great if people were knocking the door down and knocking people over to get to your baked goods or your charcuterie boards? So that's what we're talking about today. We're going to talk
yeah.
about how can you create a big, draw towards your products for Black Friday. And just you are selling something, and people will be all over it if you're going to give some sort of deals. And if they're not necessarily real deals, you can make them look like they're deals. So that's what we're
Yeah.
going to talk about today. So we'll just kind of run down my our thoughts of the different kind of ways that you can promote your products for a Black Friday sale, which of course in the end is really going to help you sell more and make more money, ideally, right? So, a lot of this I'm going to talk about because a lot of it has to do with the marketing side of our business, which I'm all over all the time. And of course, Andrew will jump in. But so the first thing I want to bring up is that, if you know that you're getting ready to do a sale of some sort, which is, let's just say everything we're going to do is kind of sale related. And for those who can't see, I'm doing air quotes because, it's kind of like mark it up and then claim they're getting a discount, kind of thing. And of course, you
Mhm.
can do that too. But you want to encourage people, first of all, like today is the 4th of November. Thanksgiving is in what, 3, 4 weeks, 3 weeks? I don't even know the actual date of it this
Three
year.
weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
You should be starting to ramp up right now as you can start telling people it's pre-order time. So whether they're going to pre-order for Thanksgiving or Christmas or Hanukkah or any kind of holiday that's coming up for you in your world, the Fourth of not Fourth of July, but New Year's, Fourth of July, yeah, in 6 months from now. But New Year's, all of these, you can start doing pre-orders. And if they order, they can order for Thanksgiving. They can just get ready because, for one, most likely, if you're doing a good job at this, you're going to find that people are going to start booking and you're going to get booked up. So that's probably what
Mhm.
you want to do is it's pre-order time right now, right? So you could promote your desserts, your jams, your charcuterie boards, your cart, yeah.
So
You wait.
how are you going about doing that exactly? Is this
Well,
a whole, you
yeah.
know,
So the first thing I really highly recommend you do is that you head to your website and you start getting your website ready because you can always drive people there. Now, if you don't have a website and you just have, a landing page or a landing page is just simple, this is all I sell. And it's not a full-blown website, which you absolutely do not need. We offer the landing pages too. We have websites and landing pages. If you don't have any of this, you need to have somewhere for people to go, ideally. And it's real simple to I say it is because we have them all for you. But there's other tools out there. But I want to see you go and start to promote to get your site ready so that you can send people somewhere. Now, if you don't have a website and you don't want a website, then just get on social media and start telling people that you're going to be offering your sourdough bread loaves that are shaped like pumpkins or whatever it is, or what is it? Not unicorns, not unicorns,
yeah,
cornucopias.
cornucopia. I was like, what? I was having a minute there. Like, am I getting old? I don't think
It's a
unicorns have
unicorn.
anything to do with Thanksgiving. So let me chime in on that.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that aside from what I'm seeing personally, for those of you who have not, I know there's so many people out there that really have no interest in social media, but unfortunately, if you're gonna advertise your own business and you don't want a website and you don't want to do all that stuff, one of the ways to do it is just and we've talked about this, join your local community groups, whatever community group that you have out there that's telling you there's a car accident on the road at the intersection of, blah drive and blah blah road. So that same community Facebook group is the kind of group that you can go in there and say, just of course you're going to let your friends and family know, but you want to get into those groups and try to get into the ones that allow you to advertise your little business if all you're doing is selling cornucopia bread or whatever it is.
Well,
So,
I think the key of what you just said was allowed because we got to be
yeah.
careful when you go into Facebook groups. A lot of times they don't want you to promote yourselves, right? So you got to make sure you're in
Mhm,
that kind of group that allows it, but you got to find those groups because they do exist in
mhm.
almost every single community And here's what I'll
Hmm.
say, if it doesn't exist, it might be a little late for this season, but you should start one that will,
Right.
that
Create
will
it.
allow, and if you own the group, you can do whatever the heck you want, right? If
Hmm.
you're selling charcuterie or bread or whatever, you could just call it bread in Scottsdale or bread in Prescott,
Cornucopia Scottsdale. This is going to be my running
unicorn,
joke this
unicorn.
whole podcast. I'm sorry. Unicorn, unicorn cornucopia, whatever,
Anyway,
whatever you're gonna call
actually, it's not a bad
it.
idea. Stand out, like
Yeah.
I said, locally, we have a group called Scottsdale Living, and one day a week or one day a month or something, I don't exactly know when they do it, but they allow you to go in there and promote yourself and promote your business.
Mhm.
Now, there are groups in almost I think probably almost every major city that is called like hot plates or something plate related, where you
Mhm.
can sell your home-based food or your food
Mhm.
and let people know about it. And so what happens is that the consumers are actually in there. It's not just all these other cottage food bakers or, charcuterie groups, but
Right.
they are people that are actually looking for this kind of food. Well, you want to stand out. I think that's the big thing. People are in it. They're so desperate for something different than not going into Costco and buying the standard stuff on the shelf and reselling that for gifts. We want you to
Mhm.
make something that's personalized and that's heartfelt. And that, people can really just, get a big wow when you walk in with a gift like that. So
Mhm.
stand out. And we talked about this just in the last couple of podcasts. We talked about what can you do to stand out with your offers. So we're not going to go into a big, thing on that with regard to creating the products that you're doing, but you definitely want to plan ahead and let people know that it's time that if you're going to order, you better do it now. And so if you get your site ready, you can have, whatever your offers are, whatever that specials are going to be. So what kind of specials are we talking about? Like I know last week we talked about bundling and I know you do that. So explain
Mhm.
what you do with your bundles.
So I sell, for those that don't know, I'm going to repeat it. I sell soups and I make all my own soups and I dehydrate all my own vegetables and I make seasonings and different, just all-purpose seasonings, but different types. And with that said, I during the season, so when I go to markets or when I'm a vendor during this time, I do sell them online too. So I sell them on Etsy and I bundle things. So I just put two soups in a bag and I throw a bunch of fluff in there from the Dollar Tree, those little crinkled paper
Mhm.
things, and then slap a bow on it and a tag. And I recently bought a Cricut, which I'm so excited about. I'm still messing with it, but I can only imagine the things I'm going to be able to design with that. So, bundling those things in there that you normally wouldn't bundle, or you offer if you buy one soup, you get the other one half price. If it works in your costing, or maybe I'll do buy a soup and you get the seasoning half price
I
or
love that.
whatever,
Yeah.
however
Something,
you want to do it, that kind
right.
of thing. Buy one,
Yeah.
get one, or whatever. So that's what we call bundling. And honestly, I do the bundling with older product because I'll be honest, I don't sell every single soup I have, or maybe I miss one because I do date them all, so I know what's what. And so I might take those older ones and bundle those up and give them a deal because I want them out of my inventory.
Right.
So that's food for thought, bundling and saving, and people are looking for that now, as we all know. They want those interesting gifts, but they maybe can't afford it, but maybe they can if it's bundled and they can get two for whatever,
Yeah,
that
you
kind
get a
of thing.
better deal because the second one's half off or something. Another thing, like you
Whatever.
mentioned, I love the idea of you bundling different things that you offer. They don't have to be exactly the same. So
Mm,
and I don't know that you've done this, but I was just thinking, how cool would it be too? You have food earrings. You sell earrings that you make and it's food related,
yeah.
and you bundle up some earrings to go with the soup. And then now they can buy the soup and give the earrings away to somebody, if they wanted to, or make a
Right.
gift out of
So
it.
what happens with that again is some of my other, so just like anything else, as we were just talking, I test a lot of products. So I have a lot of earrings because I just love sitting around making earrings while I'm watching TV or whatever I'm doing. So I make random earrings and some of them don't do as well.
Yeah.
The ones that have been sitting around a while, I'll put buy two for whatever,
Right.
so they get a better price and people go for those because they're super cute. I'm not saying they're ugly, but they're not the most popular ones.
Yeah.
So that's what another way of getting rid of older inventory or inventory that doesn't sell as well. It's more attractive to people when it's cheaper.
Are you tired of guessing what to charge for your boards? Are you spending hours shopping and prepping only to wonder, did I even make money on this order? Hey, it's Grazing Biz sister Patty here, and I get it. Pricing your charcuterie boards, tables, cups, and carts shouldn't feel like throwing spaghetti against the wall. That's why sister Chef Andrea and I wrote Charcuterie Profit Secrets, the book that shows you exactly what to charge, what to buy, and how to finally run a profitable charcuterie business without burning out. No matter how long you've been in business, you'll learn our pricing secrets on how to buy smart, price confidently, and reduce waste while making real profits in your charcuterie business. Grab your copy at grazingbiz.com/profit secrets and turn your passion into a real paycheck. Yeah.
And or you can just drop the price altogether and instead of charging 10, you say half price sale on this basket or whatever only, that kind of thing, whatever you need to do. And
Mm-hmm.
even with your Facebook groups, you throw those out there and you throw a few pictures on your, if they allow you to advertise your products. And that's how you can move stuff. This is the time of year where you can move stuff faster than you can really any other time of the year. You can get away
Right.
with these kind of little specials.
Right. And I would come up with some unique names for whatever you're going to do. So it could be something like, I don't know, sweet and savory gift box, or
Good.
maybe
Yeah.
board and dessert duo, or,
Yeah.
your cupcakes and strawberry lovelies or something like that, hostess party pack, anything like that. It would make it. And then once you figure out what you're putting in there, and even you
Mhm.
can even have them say, "Hey, if you buy this, I'm going to throw this in," even though you may not. They'll, especially if it's earrings and it costs you 50 cents to make
Mhm.
it. And if it's going to get them to buy it, it's a bonus,
Right.
right? It's a bonus
Right.
pack.
If I'm getting them to buy two soups and I see them eyeballing an earring that I don't want anymore, I'll be like, oh, I'll give that to you for $2 or something like that, you
Yeah,
know? So if you guys are doing vendor markets, be a little open and have those baskets and containers full of the older stuff that if you have it, and only if it works for you cost wise.
yeah,
I don't have any earrings that cost me more than $1. That's
yeah,
the God's honest truth. Most of them are 50 cents
yeah.
and I charge $10 minimum. So
Mhm.
because I got to make money, all this stuff costs money. The market costs money, the paper costs money, all the product. So
Everything. It does.
anyway,
Right.
there's just a lot of what we're trying to do here is tell you that don't be limited by just what you have on your menu. Be creative and people will stab it. Now, what I wanted to say about the pre-ordering thing is create a sense of urgency. Like
Mm-hmm.
these sell out fast. I only have so many bookings per day. However you want to word it, make sure you put that information on there because it does create that I better order today or I'm not going to get it kind of
Right.
thing.
Exactly. Yeah. A fast action bonus, which,
Right.
I love to try to always think about those ideas, which is a good one. So another thing you consider, if you've been fortunate enough to collect email addresses and or phone numbers, and have a database of people that have purchased from you or have done any kind of lead generation in the past, which I can't stress enough. If you're going to have a
Hmm.
website, you really need to have a way to collect this information. And I've talked about it in past podcasts about how important it is to try to capture people's information that come to your site, whether they buy from you or not, because they may not be ready to purchase today. And I can tell you, most people will come to your site and not buy today. It's just the way it is.
Hmm.
They're going to go out and shop
Hmm.
it, or they're just not ready because they're laying in bed at night. They don't have their credit card handy, or whatever's happening, they're not quite ready, and you want to be able to have them find you. Now, what you want to do is give them an opportunity to easily fill out some sort of form so that, either get a discount, get 10% off, get two for one, get on my mailing list. Although I'm not a big fan of mailing lists unless you actually have something worth it to send to them. They'd rather get deals, to be frank with you,
Yeah.
and or a percentage off. But
Hmm.
assuming you've done this, you can reward those people with a special VIP Black Friday offer. So the people that you do have email and text numbers or phone numbers for them, then you put them into your database to send out a blast, which I call a bulk or a blast email send. And once everybody's in there, you can just pick all those people out that are on your list that you want to send it to and give them a special because they are on your mailing list. And so if you haven't started that, and I'm going to venture to guess that many of you have not done this because you're living for the moment. I can tell you, I know this in my own business as a real estate agent in the early days, you're living for that moment and you're not thinking about your future. And because,
Hmm.
oh my God, I got to get this stuff done, or I got to rent out and show a house, and I don't care. I just met them at the store. I don't need their info. And you're running around like a crazy person, and you're not realizing that you're not building up your future business from referrals. And so, and to be able to keep these people apprised of your next thing you have. So
Hmm.
you should have pop-ups on your site, chat widgets on your site, offers that will just, when someone tries to leave your site, you can collect this information. Again, this is stuff we offer. We help you with all of this. I can give you tools to put on your existing site if you don't want to use our sites. But this would be a great VIP Black Friday offer, is what I would recommend. So those people will get a special deal because, and that's another way is that you tell people sign up and you're going to get special deals throughout the year when they come to your site.
Right.
So, and I know
Right.
it sounds overwhelming if you've never had a website, well, how am I going to do all this? Well, that's again, I can't reiterate enough how to get help from us because this is exactly what we do to help you with this
Yeah,
part
if
of your
that's the
business.
direction, yeah, if that's the direction y'all want to go and you want to be serious, and I'm not saying that the people that are doing this as a side hustle are not serious because I know you all are. I know you are.
Yeah.
It's just if you do want to take it that extra step, it really is not that hard. It
Mm-mm.
isn't. And you never know. I know in my case, I quit working.
Yeah.
So it took a while. My sister helped me, and if I didn't have her help, I don't know anything about what I know what we're talking about today,
Yeah.
but I mean back in the day I knew
How to
nothing
build it
about
yourself. Yeah.
all
Right.
the website garbage. And I call it garbage only because it's like garbage in my head. I get
Sure.
overwhelmed and I still do. But now I've got a grip on it and everything takes time and you have to learn it. And
Right.
just like getting out there and doing it. You're never going to learn until you get out there and do
Right.
it.
Well, it's what we
So,
call a funnel, and I don't mean funnel cake,
yeah.
although you can sell funnel cakes.
Although we love funnel cake. I was thinking
Any
about it, just
fried dough, baby.
sidetrack. I was thinking about a funnel cake mix. I have been thinking seriously about
Oh,
that because I saw it the other day.
sell the funnel.
I did an Indian bread, which is based on our mother's recipe, but I'm not using yeast, so that's done. I
Yay.
also did an Italian soup pastina, which is absolutely delicious. And these are all dry soup mixes or dry mixes. And I don't know where the hell I was. I was somewhere and I saw funnel cake mix, just like random. I was like, wait, what? Funnel? Oh my God, I need to make those. So,
Well, I love this because
sidetrack.
that's a great way to do a bundle too because you can create the
Hmm.
mix, get the oh, I love all this. Watch this. You've got the mix that you've created, which is
Hmm.
easy to do. You've got the funnel, which you can get online cheap, Temu or Alibaba or
Yeah.
whatever. And now you have your Cricut. Oh my God, you can actually put your branding and all that right on the funnel
Mhm.
now with your Cricut, which for the just cut out things and stickers or whatever.
Yeah, for
So
those that don't know, it's a cutting machine to
yeah,
create labels and stickers and all that stuff. So I no longer have to go, I make my own, design my own stickers, and not only I design my own labels, but I design my own stickers to sell. And everything I have is food related. And I've been purchasing them from this great guy, the local print
yeah,
shop. And you can get those at Staples, you can get them at Walgreens, you can get them wherever. But I bought a machine so I can do it
you can do it.
myself because
Exciting.
that's
Except
just
for
the
the
way I
expense of the
roll.
machine, except for the expense of the machine, how much do you think you're going
Yeah.
to be able to save by creating them yourself because you're buying the materials and then cutting as many as you can on that
I
sheet?
had, Honestly, I wish I had an opinion. I will
Yeah,
somewhere down the road, guys.
yeah,
I will come up with answers to that question.
yeah.
I only got the machine a few months or a few weeks ago, and I've been busy trying to prep stuff for my season coming, as I keep telling everybody, this is the season. So I haven't had time to do that. But when I know, we'll do an entire show about why you should have this and how to do that and
Yeah,
those kind of
because that's extra things you can sell. And
things.
again, it doesn't all have to be actually food. Like I was saying
No.
earlier, Andrew bought the Cricut. I bought a heat press to be able to heat press t-shirts and
Mhm.
hats and just, you can actually buy the heat press attachments to make mugs and things like that. So
Mhm.
if you're gonna sell stuff, you can throw these extra products on your website that, if you can come up with something that you've got ideas
Yeah.
about, doesn't have to be all about you, but it could be logo or food
Mhm.
related. You can obviously put your logos and things on it, but your goal really is to get people interested. Just anything you see on Etsy, you can probably make at home and do it yourself. And
Yeah.
frankly, I'm not personally a massive fan of going to Etsy and buying things or putting my stuff on Etsy, but that's me because I feel like now everyone can see what I'm selling and now I'm just in
Right.
competition with everybody else out there. But
Yeah.
that's me. I mean, I know people make a lot of money on Etsy, but
I do fairly well.
yeah,
I don't kill myself on Etsy, but what I have on Etsy, I do have the soups on there, but what I do have on there too is something I can't sell in person,
yeah,
which is digital cookbook templates that have a specific design to them. They're not just the plain ones. If you guys go on Etsy and you put in cookbook templates, you're going to see everybody has the same looking stuff, sort of
yeah.
modern,
We're all
whatever.
stealing from each other.
I randomly, like one weekend I was bored and I just went out and made all these like witch looking ones and mystical ones and anime ones and anything I could come up with. Muppets. I don't even know what I got on there. But my point is I created something that was totally and unique and original, and that's what happens. And those are what I sell mostly on
Yeah,
Etsy because it's
it's
easy.
unique. Yeah, at
It's very unique. Yeah, nobody else does what I do on there. Not that a lot of
least
people
not
like
yet.
it. I'm not selling the thousands that all those other people from wherever they're from are selling, but all that stuff looks the same to me. And
Hmm.
so it was like, if I'm going to do something digital, it's going to be fun and whimsy, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the point
anyways,
the point
we
is
got
it's
off
kind
the.
of not necessarily food, but it can be food related if you want it to be, or just sell something
Mhm.
totally out of the ordinary and just put it on your site. Hey, you know what? If you're going to create a website, sell anything you want. Andrea
Mhm.
loves making her earrings. I love this
Mhm.
time of year. My favorite thing to do is to make ornaments. And
Mhm.
so I'll make ornaments for everybody under the sun just because it's fun,
I know.
and I just take an image of somebody and stick it on there or something, Anyway, it's easy. We can have that a whole nother discussion a different day. But all right, so you talked already about the buy one, get one, the
Mhm.
old BOGO. So I like that idea too. So that can be a Black Friday idea. And, definitely make sure that the people know that you're offering up these special boxes or whatever, your boards. You can create a mini board or a treat box or cups, even if you're doing charcuterie cups. I saw the other day somebody say, I need a dessert. In fact, we got to respond to somebody in the group who asked about a dessert charcuterie board. Most of you that are doing cottage work, cottage type food in other states could outside of Arizona, because we can do pretty much anything here, but you could probably actually do a dessert charcuterie board, because
Mhm.
you can create, cookies and put them and just call it a charcuterie board, but it's dessert. Andrea doesn't love that, but that's what it, because charcuterie is
I know
cheese
it's
and
just
meat, but
defeating, but I get it. It's
yeah,
it's a grazing board with desserts on it.
yeah,
And you can just deliver that, you know, maybe separately or in conjunction with a regular charcuterie board with cheese and stuff.
yeah,
So those are again things that you want to try to bundle, if you will, together and see if you can make more money by upselling
right,
the dessert on top of the
right.
appetizer.
that kind of goes back to the boxes I talked about, like a limited edition type holiday box that you can put together. And in a previous, and we'll put a picture of it again here. I'm actually going to pull up my website here in a minute and show you what I'm talking about. Actually, I'll show it to you here on the website. Maybe I'll just do it right now. What you'll create gift boxes that are specific to this time of year that can be specific for Black Friday or Cyber Monday or whatever for holidays. And so you just got to say like available only until whatever date. So we're putting that sense of urgency in, and you're going to
Mm-hmm.
create, in this case, what I had was a plastic box, which I'll just put up a picture in the video here that has half filled with decorative floral cupcakes, and the other half has charcuterie in it. So people can order them in advance and give them as gifts as they're going to holiday parties. But again,
Mm-hmm.
this goes back, they have to schedule it, because they're not going to want to pick this up today and then give it away at Christmas because they're not going to, well, weirdly enough, this probably could sell and it's freeze, but it depends on what's in there. Um, but like the fruits aren't, if I put fruit in there, it's not going to freeze very
Mm-hmm.
well. But
I
anyway,
would, let me cut
puts,
you off on that one
yeah,
just real quick. I would try to do that because you don't want to be delivering one box. So you want to make
no,
it like a minimum order of this for free delivery, or order two and you get three, the third one half price, that kind of thing to encourage, a little bit higher
right.
price.
Exactly. And I think, well, I mean, I can tell you I'm charging $42 for the boxes in
Right.
general, and I'm not going to run out. Ideally, I would prefer not to have to run out and try to deliver these all over town, which I wouldn't do anyway. I'd have to work out
Mm-hmm.
something somewhere and say, on this day, we're going to be here, pick them up. But offer them during your Black Friday special so you can sell a bunch at once and make them all at one time and have
Right.
them meet you wherever. And you can actually have different pickup dates between now and the time of the holiday comes around. So depending on if there are attending parties, these kind of things are great housewarming type gifts. Or
Yeah.
you're going to a party, don't show up empty handed. That's what you want to promote these things as. So come up with some really good yummy holiday flavor type gift boxes, and I think you're going to find that's going to do really well. Again, get it on your site, get a picture of it, get a nice picture, and then get it on your site so you can show people exactly what we're talking about. And I will tell you that I created one via using Google Studio, AI Studio, and I just threw the box in as an image and said, you can now upload different images and say, combine them all together into one image. So I had a cupcake,
Mm-hmm.
I had charcuterie, and I had this box. And I said, put all these inside this box, and it spit it out exactly the way it should have looked. And then I went and put a bow on it. It wasn't real. And I know that I can create exactly because I had the cupcake. It was my cupcake, and we talked about this last week. It cleaned it up, put it in the box, put in four different versions of it, and then it put in the other half of it with charcuterie stuff. And it's inside this clear plastic box. It's on the
Mm-hmm.
website. There's a picture I'll show you here. You go to YouTube, you'll see it. So great way to do that. So while you're on social media, though, you can do some sort of contest too if you want to do. You can like run a giveaway, and you can have people follow you in that post for the giveaway for Black Friday. So you can say, we're going to give away do like a raffle, which is another way to collect emails and stuff like that. But you can say we got a Black Friday raffle. We're going to give away maybe 5 different boards. You're going to get people in, but what's good about doing that is that you are going to be lead generating from that. And that's really cool. But they're also going to get people familiar with your products. And then hopefully they get over to your site and you do have a Black Friday special on there that they can purchase any of the above that we just talked about. So, but tag it, win it. You can put a hashtag on. You're going to run a search for that hashtag if you know how to do that in Instagram. Frankly, I'm not a big Instagrammer either.
She's as
I
good as she is at all the other
I
stuff.
know. I
She's
just
terrible at that stuff.
and it's funny because I'm still one of those people who still uses their old lady calendar on the desk instead, and I don't use my calendar on my phone. It's just one of those things. It's like my baby blanket. But anyway, so that's another idea is just go out there and post it to the world. You should have a business page, but between me and you, most people are not going to see your business page unless you need to create a business page. You can take your Instagram profile you have and convert it to a business profile, or you can create a whole separate one. It's going to take time to get action on your business pages. If unless you're posting a lot, you're not just going to randomly get found. So you can post it in your personal business or your personal page, and hopefully most of your friends and anybody in your world will see it. If you want to tag your friends will most likely see it. If you're posting it, that you can say the privacy on your posting can be others, the friends of the friends to see it. I don't know if you realize when you post on Facebook, and I don't know about Instagram how all that works, but on Facebook you can say the privacy setting on it. So only your friends see it, but not the friends of the friends. Or you can post it that the friends of the friends can see it. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
posting a friend and you tag a friend, then your friend's friends most likely will see it. So that's just something to think about as you're trying to get out into the world and tell the people outside of the groups, which I highly recommend the groups for sure, because that's like the best way to go. Another idea, and we've talked about this in the past, is collaborating with local businesses. So people that might be good companions to what it is that you sell. So maybe a local candle maker or a wine shop, a wine store, or your soap maker, that you can actually combine a package to go with it. And they can call it something like, small biz back Black Friday special, and you're selling their stuff and they're selling yours, which
Mm-hmm.
that gives you like hopefully double the amount of audience that's going to see it, because they will post for you as you will post for them, and you'll just get more and more people seeing it. Plus, you're offering something that you don't necessarily want to make. I mean, sure, you can go
Right.
make your own candles and stuff, but you know, you can go just collaborate with somebody else, because that's actually a great way to get more people to see what it is that you offer, right? I think that's a really, really good
Mm-hmm.
idea. Really good
That's
idea.
a great idea.
Yeah. Um, if you're doing any kind of baked goods, an easy thing to do is just say, here's our Black Friday baker's dozen deal. So whatever it is, you can bundle. Again, it goes back to bundling, but you can give them special, or Black Friday baker's dozen is now actually baker's two dozen. If you want to offer that
Mm-hmm.
up, you buy one, get one free. It's a real simple promo that you can do, that people will totally understand and get. And now baker's dozen, oh yay, baker's dozen Black
Mm-hmm.
Friday. Uh, Go into ChatGPT and say, hey, I want to offer up a Black Friday deal for your product, whatever it is, and have it come up with different names for you, because it'll stand out that way. And then you can actually, while you're in ChatGPT, if you got a Canva account, you can integrate your Canva, which does images and promotional type graphics and things like that for your posts. You can go in there and actually have it connect and say, all right, now I've got these ideas for my Black Friday special. It will create posts for you and right in Canva.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll just jump into Canva and do whatever edits you need to do. So you can go in and integrate that. And one of these days, I'm going to start getting on and doing more videos on our channel on YouTube on how to do these things. We've
Mm-hmm.
been really focused on the podcast audio part of this business for this last year. And by the way, we're pushing a lot of downloads. We're at close to
Mm-hmm.
5,000 downloads this year. So
We're
we're
in the
getting out
top,
there.
we're in, last time I looked, we were in the top 40% of all podcasts in the world.
What? You're
Mm-hmm.
kidding me. Wow.
Just because by way of the rate of subscribers and downloaders that we're getting. So because a lot of people there's a lot of podcasters out there, but they might only do one or two and then they get defeated and they just give
Don't do
up.
anymore.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know what goes on with that, but that I was surprised to see that too, that we were that, in our thing, it actually, if you go to the stats part, it actually says that, and it's like, wait, what? Huh?
hey, well, thank you
Yeah.
everyone who's listening
So,
to us, our
thank you.
podcast. We have so many people contact us and say, we just love you girls. Well, we love you back, and thank you so much for doing that. We're getting off track, but I just wanted to say
Yeah.
thanks since we're talking about
Right.
it.
It was an
Outside of that,
unexpected gift. We started this just being like, let's do something fun. I said, let's do a podcast. I've
yeah,
always wanted to do one, and here we are a year later, it's still plugging away, and
yeah.
people are still like it increases week to week to week. So we're out there, we're trying to come up with the best plan of action for all of you,
Yeah.
but we can't put it in place. Only you can do that.
Only you can
So
do that. We can give you every idea. So, speaking of another idea, how
bring it
about
on.
digital gift cards? So you
Yeah.
can, our system now has some really cool options for the gift cards that you can add. So if they buy a gift card or a coupon or whatever, it can be applied onto the order form, right? As far as that goes, I do want to mention something else that instead of creating brand new products, necessarily specific for the holiday. You can, like our site allows us to actually click a box to say add $5 so that we can put in Thanksgiving decor or
Mm,
any kind of holiday decor. So instead of yeah, sure, you want to promote the holiday things, but without having to create a separate product and a different pricing and all of that, your software may have the ability to add an upsell on it. So when they go to check out, there'll be a box there that says, oh, please add on birthday decor or Thanksgiving decor or Hanukkah decor or something. And you can say for another $10 or whatever you want to charge, depending on what your product is, I can make a whole thing of, holiday poinsettia cupcakes for you that will take a little more time,
hmm
because we're going to make them a little more special for that holiday. So, if you can get some images on there, that's great. And you should. And then people will have a reason to want to click that box and go, that looks amazing. This morning, actually, I was looking at a video because I'm so obsessed with watching piping videos of piping flowers, but they're piping poinsettia leaves right now. So I had to go
hmm
check. I've got like, 30 different piping. I can never think of those names of this, your
Well,
piping
yeah,
needle.
the piping thingy.
Tools. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. I
whatever.
can't think of the name of it
And
for
now
a
you
minute.
got me
I
lost.
gotta write it down and stick it right in front of me because for some reason I can never remember it. Anyway, you know the tool that you pipe
Yeah,
cakes
yeah,
with,
yeah, we know.
but they're all different shapes. And probably because I'm not doing enough of it yet. It's probably why it's not stuck in my brain. But I'm going to. Anyway, I was looking to go see if I have the end of that to make a poinsettia leaf. It's basically a big leaf that kind of goes round, big and round. But on that note, so that's another way that you can add to your products. So if you're gonna add some decorations onto your baked goods, piping things onto it, like royal icing, something that'll keep it hard and it'll keep it from spreading all
hmm
over the place. You could do that. Last week I went to a Halloween party and I actually piped pumpkins and I piped ghosts onto my cupcake. So I was pretty proud of that and working on the different piping tips. It's just a word tip. That's all it
Piping
is.
tips. There
Piping
you
tip.
go.
Jeez.
Yeah, her cupcakes
Write
looked
the word
great. She
down.
sent me a picture. wasn't with her, but she sent me some pictures and
We'll
yeah,
put
it
it in
looked
the video here.
awesome.
So yeah. Anyway, so digital cards though, so those are easy ways to like get a digital gift card for Black Friday and maybe give them a discount. So for, $25 gift card, if you pay for two, you'll get, a certain pricing, get it for 40. It's kind of like when you go to Costco and they got those
hmm
gift cards and you buy one
hmm
and you get all these different and you get a better deal. So
Right. You
I
pay $50, but you actually get $55 or
yeah,
whatever it is out of the
I
gift card.
love
Yeah.
that idea. So those are
hmm
all digital. And how you do that, if you don't have a website, you want to collect their information, collect their money, and then you're going to have to write it down so you have a record of it somewhere. But if you have a website that has the ability to add this stuff, which we do, you just sell the digital gift card. They get sent something in an email instantly that says, "Here's your card," and they
hmm
could give them a ID number that they put in or a card, whatever your
Some kind
software
of
does.
code or
It's
something.
a
Yeah, that
code.
goes to
Yeah,
their specific account
right.
of how much money they have. So,
Exactly. So, but anyway, I think the last thing I would suggest then is to just tell your story online. I think if people start to know that you exist, as I've said before, don't be a secret baker or a secret, salami roller. You really want the world to know what it is it's that you do. You're laughing at me. Although I did see this morning somebody was bitching pretty loudly in one of the groups. It said, "Would you stop making these tightly rolled up roses that nobody
I
eats?"
think
And I
I
mean,
saw that
I'm
one.
in agreement with
I
that. I mean,
well, you got to be able to pull it apart.
yeah.
Yeah, we could spend a whole day on salami construct roll or road
Salami
construction.
construction. Well, I don't think
But
there's a
yeah,
problem.
I did see, I don't know if it was the same one, but I did see somebody like they were showing a picture. So I don't know, this was on TikTok. They were showing the picture of this person trying to pull this salami apart. They took the whole thing and like plopped it on their plate. Like, I'm done. You know, you got to make it a little like loosen it up a little bit, make it a little easy for people to pull it apart.
Well, I mean, if you had a little like you could put a toothpick in there and say, "Eat me,"
Yeah.
pull me apart, and just
Take the whole thing. It's okay.
totally. And then, we went to this wedding a couple weeks ago, and it was the total opposite direction. So there was crap laying all over this board we went to. I shouldn't talk too loud, but the board was not very well put together. And then there was only about three crackers. So everybody was up there
Oh,
complaining.
by the time I got to it, there were no crackers, there were
No,
no bread,
there wasn't.
and the catering people were off site, so they were bringing the stuff in, and they clearly didn't bring like they brought this 2 tons of cheese and everything, but they didn't bring enough vessels to actually put the cheese on. It was very
No,
strange.
I
So I
know,
ended
very
up eating
weird.
mine without it, which I'm okay, but it
Yeah.
was very weird. Everybody kept coming, our cousins kept coming back going, there's no bread with the cheese.
I know. And they're
Oh
looking at
God.
us like we're going to save them.
I'm
Because
like, I can't help you with that. I don't have bread in my purse.
not
Sorry.
our wedding. Oh man, that's so funny. But
Anyway.
anyway, let people know what you do, and you can just offer up deals behind post videos behind the scenes of what you're
Hmm.
doing. Take video of you in the kitchen doing your thing. Show them how you roll up the salami or whatever it is you do, or cut up the cheese, and just that you say, I'm getting ready for Black Friday, or I'm getting ready for the holidays. Let people know, and then you can share that journey. You should be starting now to do that. And because again, we're back into this holiday thing, and that's kind of been our theme over the last few months because we know we're in the season. So definitely take advantage of that because people like to connect with you and they
Hmm.
want to see. And even if it's chaotic in your kitchen, I mean, I was watching the baking show the other night and was laughing so hard because the British Bake Off, I don't know if you're
Oh
watching
yeah,
that, but oh my,
that's actually a really good
it
show.
is
Except for
hilarious.
when you have people that are just like, what are you even doing here? Like have a little bit of something. But
Yeah, most of
it's
them.
I think it's a great show.
If
It
you didn't
really
watch
is a good
last
show.
the last episode, I laughed so hard because one of the stupid announcers that are just kind of annoying at times
Yeah.
walks around there and they were laughing because the floor was just crunchy and all of the shit that they were putting on their cake was all over the floor and they made some comment about how crunchy it was. I laughed so hard because it was just the delivery of it. But our kitchens are a mess. And I know from piping right now, after I'm done, I got 10 zillion bowls of different colors. And then the piping tips are inside the
Yes.
bags, and I'm running out the door, and I have to just soak those things in. I keep telling my husband, don't throw them down the drain. They're going to end up in the grinder. And so,
I
yeah,
know.
it's fun though. I mean, it is
I've got
fun.
to work on showing you a better way to do that. I've got a very efficient method with
On
all of
what?
that. And
Cleaning out
it's,
the piping bags?
yeah, dealing with the piping bags.
Yeah, well,
So
I
it's
yeah.
on my list. It has been on my list. I keep saying to myself, I'm going to go over this with you, and I haven't done it. But anyways, that's
Well, you
neither here
might
nor
be.
there, everybody. But I just, it is something I wanted to work with you on, just to make
Well,
your
I
life
am very
easier.
aware of being able to put it in plastic and roll it up and stick it in the bag. And
Hmm.
but when I'm just at a rush and I'm just doing my thing, I wasn't thinking about the other day. But I do like that where you can just put it in a You can
Yeah,
put layers of colors in
right.
plastic, roll it up, and stick it in the bag, and then it comes out, and then you can replace the colors way easier that way if you want to keep the bag pipe
Hmm.
tip. Anyway, that's
It's
yeah,
really worth your time and effort. But
yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
that's not where
Anyway.
we're going with that. But
Anyway, but all right. Well, if you
not
have any
everybody
other
needs that.
cool ideas, please post them here and put them in the comments about the different
Mhm.
ways that you're going to promote your Black Friday specials. But hopefully, we gave you some other ideas. And I think the goal right now is now is the time. If you're going to start promoting yourself, now is the time. In fact, when I get off of here, after I finish working on these other apps, I'm going to finish up today. I am going to put on the list. I'm creating an app for the charcuterie calculator. I've got another one going for the real estate industry. I'm just having so much fun coding with AI these days. I'm kind of crazy nuts. At 63 years, I'm not quite 63. I'm a couple months away. Who would have thought that I'd be coding apps at
Hmm.
this age in my time in my life, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And so, in fact, last night I was looking at apps for kids, creating apps for children, and I'm just like I'm obsessed. But I got to stay focused.
Oh yeah,
But we
keep
have
telling her
so
that.
many
Stay focused.
opportunities in today's world to make money, and even if it's a side gig, and I have experience with a lot of this stuff. And frankly, I will help you with anything you want to learn to sell, to promote, to sell, to create. If it's something you're interested in, send me a note. Just send me a private note
Mhm.
in either here or Messenger, and I'll reach out to you and we'll see what we can do because it's a tough time out there right now for all of us. And you know what? Let's stop working for everybody else. You're putting so much time and energy into your life working, and Andrew is like the biggest advocate of this. Me too.
Mhm.
I've been doing this longer than her as far as doing my own thing, but I mean, I'm pushing 25 years, 26 years. This will be my 26th year owning my own, basically, not working for others.
Mhm.
It's scary, but at the same time, you're in total control. And there's
Yeah.
so many opportunities right now, especially with the AI out there that if you feel overwhelmed about it, don't let it get you overwhelmed. I think the biggest hardest thing is staying focused because there is so much opportunity.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you have an idea, it could probably come to life. And there's a ton of really great podcasts out there about, starting your own side gig, your own business, doing
Mhm.
whatever it is, if it's not food related. But if it's food related, obviously, that's what we're here for because we can help you with that. But I can help you probably with anything you want to sell. But it's so fun. I just love thinking about it. And
Yeah.
that's why I don't sleep at night very well because I'm all waking up and thinking, look at that
So
idea.
we both wake up at 3 a.m. Wake up and go to sleep.
And we're texting each other. Are you awake? What are you doing over there? It's 3 in the morning. And when you text me back, I'm like, why am I not surprised?
But we're
Anyway,
sisters, so this is the way it goes.
I know, I know.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
Again,
thank
thank you
you. We
for everybody
love you
who's
all
out there
hanging out.
following. And
Yeah.
I want to say we've got to be close to the year of doing our episodes. I am going to look really quick because I'm just curious
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like that. I love stats and things. So our very first number one went down on November 27th.
Ah,
So
it's
yeah, we're
Thanksgiving
coming
weekend.
up on a year, and we
Oh,
just love the fact that you guys, whoever is out there listening to us and watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. And
yep.
we'll probably do some sort of anniversary thing. So the 27th is, I think that actually is Thanksgiving.
It is. It's Thanksgiving. So guess what?
Yeah,
We're going to have a major Black Friday sale for anybody who wants our help. And we'll start offering them now if you get a hold of us. And you
yeah.
want help with your websites and all that. We were just chatting before we got on here to
Hmm.
help people get off the ground quicker and get your site up and running. I just spoke with somebody yesterday who she's got a charcuterie cart gig already scheduled on the 14th, and she's freaking out right now because she's got nothing set up to collect money, to promote herself, any of that. And so she's signing up, and we're going to get her site up and running in the next couple of days, and she'll be on her
Hmm.
way to take money at the event. It's an event she's charging, I don't know,
Yeah.
$15 for cups or something charcuterie related. But anyway,
She's
we can
stressing
help
me
you
out.
very quickly. So, but it doesn't matter what you're selling. It can
Hmm.
be breads, it can be cakes,
Yeah.
pizzas, whatever, depending on where you're at.
Cookies. Yeah.
Cookies.
All
All
right.
right. All right, Fran. I love you. We'll talk to y'all later.
Love
See
you too.
you.
So
See
I
you
will
next
be
time.
seeing you all later.
All right. Bye
Bye.
bye.